Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, one and all. Oh, yes, let us move on over to this. And actually, I will pause the music for the moment and switch on over to some calm background music for the duration of the stream. Welcome, one and all. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I'm not late. Okay. Look, a Brit arrives exactly when expected. Yes, indeed, just like a wizard. For like wizards, we're magical, except our magic is, theft. We're really good at theft, I guess. Yes, we're very good at, well, stylish theft. You see, there's a difference. You can be stylish and thieve things because, anyone can steal a phone or a purse, but it takes a special individual to steal thousands of mummified corpses from Egypt. Yes, it's a special ability indeed, and only Brits have it. Yes, definitely. So welcome, one and all. The stream has had a few upgrades, namely the server has been upgraded immensely. Hats off to Pharaoh and the rest of the team and Connor for working very hard over the last few weeks to streamline the handful of problems we ran into last time. So yeah, this is getting better and better each time we do it, and I'm very excited. As you can see in the top left, I've got myself a little counter that tells me the total amount of the world that has been flattened. Of course, our challenge is complete once that achieves 100%, which would be amazing. And hopefully we get there today. Our server has increased in stability and size, and I'm looking forward to unleashing all of you on it. Yes, welcome, one and all. Of course, a few housekeeping things out of the way first. You can give the stream a like, it's very beneficial. You can share the stream with your friends, that's also very cool. And yeah, just anyone can join. You can, if you have a Minecraft account on PC, then hop on to your Java. There is a link to the Discord down below, and this is only one of our many ideas, and yeah, you don't want to miss out on the future of what we do with this server because there's many incredible things we can do. So yes, I hope you're very excited, for we have a lovely day ahead of us, and I can't wait to have all of you be a part of it. Let me just quickly bring up my viewer activity timeline so I can see everyone. Thank you very much, Patrick, for being a member. Same for Gemesis, Selkie, Artie. Thank you for gifting some memberships. That's very cool of you. Anyway, yes, we are here. Welcome to our actual world. Now, as you can see, this is not looking perfectly flat. This is looking pretty good, but it's still not perfect. Basically what we've done is we've decided to flatten the world to this bit of sea level, and the world is 64 chunks by 64 chunks, which works out roughly to about 1 million blocks. If you imagine that to be the side of a cube, we have 1 million blocks on that side that need to be flattened. Of course, some areas of the map have seen incredible progress, like this here. Look at this. Massive fields of wheat, as far as the eye can see, feeding the hungry workers of the server. Now, many of you will be thinking, oh, just go onto the server, I'll dig for diamonds. No, there is no point in doing that, namely because probably all of the diamonds have already been taken. And secondly, your purpose here is not to play Minecraft or beat the game. You can't even go to the Nether in this version. No, the purpose of your time here is quite simply flatten the world. That is what you shall be doing, and it shall be glorious indeed. I don't actually know where the spawn point is, if I remember correctly. It's kind of off in this direction. There's a cool staircase built here. This is fun. Yeah, let's go over here. This is definitely... Okay, this is one of the hill areas. I remember this. If I remember correctly, there was... Oh, there's someone breaking blocks over here. Who's over here? There's someone eating. I can hear noises and rustling. That's creepy. Or is that the moss growing? I'm not sure. Yeah, there was some kind of sky fortress up here at the end of the last stream, which I asked people to tear down, and within a matter of seconds, someone's beautiful construction was destroyed. I like having that power. It's kind of glorious. Yeah, so yes, the IP you can find on the Discord. You can find the link to the Discord in the description. Please be nice to all of our moderators. It's very fun. and they are very kind for dedicating some of their free time today to play Minecraft with us. So yes, I do believe we are ready. Oh, it's the composter. There we go. Of course it is. I do believe we're ready to actually start. So for our lovely server boffins, feel free to open up the server, as currently there's only a handful of moderators here joining me on the server. Where is the actual start? If I remember correctly, our original start location... Oh, there's a house. This needs to be brought down. What the heck is this? What is this? The Apple Shack, and do not flatten. At the mo, I will move it myself. Okay. The pub at the end of the world, owned by Ding Dong. Connor, what do you think of all of this? What should we do? There's a pub at the end of the world, Connor. I mean, I'm British, so I love pubs, but this is clearly a violation of the sanctity of flattening the world. Very curious. Very curious indeed. Oh, what's the Y level? I think the Y level is 64. I do believe it is Y64. Yeah. Anyway, welcome everyone. If you're joining the server, congratulations. We've already got our first few waves of players coming on in. And I actually think, if I remember correctly, Oh, here's Masu. Hi, Masu, one of our lovely mod team, who's just fallen in water. If I remember correctly, this over here kind of looks like the spawn. I remember there being some kind of stairway to heaven and a mountain system. Yes, okay. Is this the spawn location? Or no, because I feel like we're too close to the edge of the map. Yeah, this doesn't feel about right. Although, progress here has been very successful. Look at all of that. Yeah, if you want a pub or some kind of facility, you've got to build it beneath the Y level. It's quite simple. You must go underground like a true dwarf. Think of what the ancestors would have wanted. Hi, John Moore. Everyone knows it should be a restaurant at the end of the world. Ah, a glorious reference to those enjoyers of... some of the nice important things in life. Of course, if you are on this server, make sure to bring a towel. You'll never know when you'll need one. Yeah, right. How are we doing in terms of players? I think we're doing quite good. If I check player reporting, 155 players on the server so far. I mean, that's a pretty good quantity. As you can see, we've got the Tanyan here running around in some kind of what I believe this is a weeb uniform. No, I don't need wheat. You don't need to give me wheat. Look, let me give you some glowberries. Actually, have I got something cool I can give you? Yes, I can give you a tool. How about the golden shovels? There you go. You can have 2 golden shovels to wield. Have fun with them. You'll do great things. Clear all of this dirt. If you don't, and I'll come back and check on you. If you don't, Tanyan, I will murder you myself. Okay? Good. Lovely. Perfect. Yes. Someone in the chat says, do premium members get to join first? No, they don't. For the purposes of this little test, well, for the purposes of this test event, which is what we're doing, no, there is no advantage in the join process. It is purely moderators that are able to join and bypass our queue system. Yes, it's, you know, this is just a fun, open thing. Anyone can get in on it, have some silliness. And is that Grimace? I think that's meant to be Grimace from that abomination of a McDonald's creature. McDonald's creature? Yeah, definitely. That's exactly how it's pronounced. I like how one of my moderators say, all info's on the Discord, and then Lord Board says, no IP in the Discord. Like, I'm going to trust my moderator. I'm sorry, Lord Board. It's probably in the Discord. If you need to find that, it's in the description. These blessed individuals. As you can see, there's a lot of hard workers here, clearing away this dirty mound that needs to be flattened, of course. There's the pub over there. Someone will take it down eventually. Yes. It's Purple Guy. Yes, Purple Guy. Oh, Purple Guy from FNAF. How am I meant to know what Five Nights at Freddy's is? Okay? You think... I don't have time for Five Nights at Freddy's. I've got thousands of hours in Civilization. Think I have time for Five Nights at Freddy's? I'm too busy expanding the Aztec Empire. You don't understand. You will never understand. Oh, wow. All these people falling from a high place. You feel like they could watch their feet. But then again, I do realize that for a lot of these people, most of them are kind of like standing up on a mountain and then someone just digs out the ground from beneath them and then they just fall to their death. Yeah, it's pretty good. Does it support Bedrock? No, Bedrock Minecraft is terrible and we cannot support it. It literally is the worst. So yeah, ain't staying here. Right, I get rid of those stone blocks. Helping my little assistants. This man is entirely decked out in golden armor. Very pimping. Very, very pimping indeed. Premium. Bougie, some would say. Meanwhile, over here, someone is presumably trying to do something with moss and leaves and trees. Great, having a grand time doing it, I'm sure. I must say, the wheat fields have really grown since the last streams. I feel like food isn't going to be anywhere near as much of a problem in this iteration, which is nice to see. Yeah. Very cool, guys. Very cool. Crunchy, thank you for donating $2 to say extra money, yee-haw. That's very nice of you. When is the next player wave? I don't know. It's up to the server team. Chances are they'll be doing some lovely important tests in the background and slowly expanding. Oh no, the rogue machine's shovel broke. Well, I have a singular diamond shovel in my inventory, so there you go, good sir. There we go. That's more like it. Look at his productivity skyrocket. Yes. Very good. Very, very good. He's not rogue. He's actually conforming to my demands, which is leveling the map. Very, very good. Now, I did title this stream 1000 Players Reject Civilization in Minecraft, and that's partly down to the fact that there are so many like Minecraft Civilization videos which are all about building yourself up and building these massive mega structures and societies with complexities. But no, in this world, it purely is just level stuff, okay? You are just straight up breaking blocks over and over again, and that's it. Oh, IP in 12 minutes. I see. Oh, the people on the Discord are the people who participated in yesterday's test, I'm guessing. So thank you very much to the people on the server. They worked extra hard yesterday, so yes, we wanted to get them in first. And then I presume everyone else will be getting the IP shortly. Thank you very much. Yeah, so these people worked very hard yesterday, staying up until I think about 2 a.m. UK time to make sure that all of this was going to go smoothly. So thank you. Yes. DeZombie says, how long is British Limbo again? British Limbo, if you get in early, is probably only going to be like a minute or two. If you get in late, it's going to be about the same length of time as the Insidious horror house in Universal Studios, which I experienced a couple of weeks back. I've never been to a theme park and seen a wait for a ride be over 200 minutes long. It's just like, why? Why is that a thing? There has to be some kind of failure of logistics for a 200-minute wait in the world to exist. I mean, it's not like a medical appointment. Like, it's a theme park ride that takes like 2 minutes. Why is it 200 minutes wait? Oh, dear. Yeah, it's an experience. So yeah, for those who don't know, the reason this stream is now and not a few weeks ago, quite simply, I've been away on holiday. I had 2 weeks in America, in Florida. Yes, that's right. If any of you have seen the news lately, Florida 2 weeks ago was an exciting place to be. Luckily, I was based in Orlando, which was very kind of safe from the hurricane. There's just lots of wind and things falling over, but hotels in Orlando were kind of places where people were being evacuated to, as opposed from being told to leave. So yeah, it was kind of fine. The hurricane. I don't know if I ever want to experience another one in my life, especially a history record-breaking hurricane, but yeah, it happened. It was very wild timing indeed, because we had no idea the hurricane was happening when we landed, and I think the hurricane literally was announced about a day or two after we arrived. And it was like, oh yeah, Milton's on the way, and it's like, oh well, it's called Milton. It's probably nothing bad, because anything called Milton is, you know, inherently pathetic and weak. Sorry, apologies for all Miltons in the chat. Yeah, no, it turns out Milton was a big deal. He was very windy, very angry. But yes, fantastically, I think the damages were surprisingly minimal given how bad it could have been. Brosif Broman donates $10 to say, I don't play Minecraft, but I support this cause. So thank you very much for supporting the cause, Brosif. Look at all this dirt that has just been evaporated from in front of our eyes. That is very impressive. Here, have a stone pickaxe, Purple Man. You're doing great. Luke Parnis says, where there's a whip, there's a way. Exactly, and that's the motivation that we have on my wonderful civilization server that rejects civilization and embraces whips and digging. That's all we do. We just simply mine the earth, flatten the world, and whip anyone who isn't doing that. It's glorious. How can I join? There will be details on the Discord server, friend. Oh, apologies to someone in the chat called Milton. I apologize, but, you know, you should have chosen a different name, I guess. When there's a storm, the Spiffing Brit, then you can mock me. But until then, actually, I hope there's not a storm, the Spiffing Brit, because that would destroy the universe. You do not want to see a storm like that. Crunchy donates to say Britosh Bimbo. Thank you for those $5 and those unique words, definitely. Very unique indeed. The zombie says, one more question. Are you flattening Minecraft because you may or may not be a flat earther, and thus you want to make an actually true flat earth? No, I'm making a flat earth because I think it would be cool, and it's an arbitrary task of menial labor. That's literally my entire reasoning. Some people have grand plans, like, as I say, recreating civilization. Here in parkour civilization, some people choose to jump for the chicken. But no, in this world, in Spiff civilization, there is no choice. There is no free will. There is only breaking blocks and defeating mountains. And I would argue the physical mountain is a bigger one than a metaphorical mountain. Yes, it's good that way. Banana, thank you for donating €5 to say, it was probably just angry because it was called Milton. And to be honest, yes, if I was called Milton, I'd probably also be angry. So I guess I can understand the storm. Yes. Someone in the chat says, flatten more land for coffee bean fields. Roachmeister, we won't be allowing coffee bean fields. If coffee beans are detected on my Minecraft server, I will have them eradicated. Spiff civilization, or do we call it spiffilization? Spiffilization kind of sounds like some kind of surgery that you must undergo in order to secure citizenship. Okay, we're at 7 minutes until the IP drop. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it can be really hard to climb a mountain. But surely, in order to reach the peak of a mountain, the best thing you can do is lower the peak. Just bring the peak down, and then you can climb the mountain, because you don't have to actually go up. The mountain is still there, right? Like, if Mount Everest, that's a location on a map. If you lower the location of the map to make it easier to get to, climbing Mount Everest suddenly doesn't seem so difficult. And that's exactly what we're doing today. This mountain, that could take me, a minute or two to climb up. Instead, it can only take me a few seconds to reach the center of there. Much easier. So much easier. Like and subscribe. Wow, that's an incredible YouTube username. I have no idea how you managed to get that. Well done. You donated to say, hello, I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today we're showing this record-breaking hurricane. It's perfectly balanced with no exploits. Spiffing Brit, after getting bored with economics plus games. So I did actually find a few exploits on my time abroad. I wasn't trying to do work on my holiday. I was actually trying to have time off, but my brain just works different. So yeah, I was going around the various worlds and noticing many, many ways in which you could kind of cheat them or get unfair advantages, and just writing them down on my phone as random thoughts I had. I might turn them into some videos one day, but no promises. Zizing Racing says, will there be a Spifftopia 2 with more peasants and more taxes? Yes, there will be. Spifftopia 2 is on the way, and it will be glorious and wonderful. No spoilers about when it is or what it will contain. But yes, a glorious medieval RP world, unlike the world has ever seen, will be returning, and you will be able to be a part of it. Pseudo Rhetorical Buddha donates to say, can you get everybody to dig together in one spot every once in a while just to see the scale of destruction? I mean, we could do. The problem is going to be chunk lag, which basically means, for the way Minecraft works, right, is the server can handle, well, our server can handle a stupid amount of players. However, if you were to get all 1,000 players on the server and put them in the same spot, the problem then becomes an issue for clients. So every player in that spot costs memory for the actual player who is rendering those players, meaning if you're not running like a semi-modified version of Minecraft, which optimizes player visuals, chances are your computer might crash. If you're playing with a laptop, it's definitely going to struggle. It'll probably overheat. So even having, like over 100 players in the same chunk will cause problems. A chunk is like a 16 by 16 space. So of course, if we get like thousands of people, we can put them together. For someone like me running with quite a decent PC and some Minecraft optimizations, getting all those people visually together isn't a problem. They'll just be like kind of stuttering around. They won't be incredibly visually fluid. But it is something that we could do. It's just not something we should do because it would make the player experience slightly more unstable. Yeah, hope that's a good answer. Yeah, Bones wants to join, but you only have Bedrock. I apologize, friend. Bedrock just simply isn't enough to cut it with our glorious world. So you're planning to flatten our computers? No. You see, the reason we picked a 64 by 64 chunk world is because it allows us to have 1,000 players, and people with worse computers can just go off into the wilderness a bit. They don't have to be near others and kind of like, having a difficult time. If you're operating in like a group of 40 people, you really shouldn't run into any problem. Decent PC has to be an understatement. If I'm honest, my PC is decent, but it's not the latest generation. I'm not running a 40 series GPU. Like, my PC is very good. At the time I bought it, it probably would have been about, I think £4,000 is how much I paid for it. It's about £6,000 worth of parts, but Overclockers UK were very kind to effectively sell me stuff at cost as opposed to profit, which was nice. And you might be asking about the Linus Tech Tips PC. My wife is currently using that to play Counter-Strike, so yeah, I don't have access to it. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, right, how is it 1 minute until the server opens up? Fantastic. Yeah, so in a minute's time, we're going to go from our closed off testing only lovely players to all hell breaks loose. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be pretty exciting, guys. Who knows what's going to happen? Do I use the computer Linus made me? No, my wife does. To be fair, she does also work for the channel using it, which is quite useful. She kind of reviews a lot of the content that we make and put out, and also occasionally chips in with editing and things like that, as well as for certain like recording processes we might have, i.e. like say a Skyrim together. If we need another camera, then yeah, having a PC like that is really useful to have. Yeah. Right, I can see a crashing coming. There should not be a crash this time. Cross your fingers, guys, but there really shouldn't. People are screaming that they yearn for the caves. They do. People yearn to mine. They yearn to work in the mines. It's very much a case of, I think there was something like a state in America where, is this guy mining correctly? Does he know how to break blocks? You've got to actually hold down the block until it breaks. What is wrong with you? This is the least efficient worker. You absolute melon, Petrosi. I'm incredibly disappointed by your efficiency, or lack of. Oh dear. Oh, look at all these people work hard. Rayfo Maud says, shaking my head, Spiff can't exploit Five Nights at Freddy's, not my Brit. Look, it's not that I can't exploit Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not a difficult game to exploit. The problem is that I don't want to exploit Five Nights at Freddy's. Generally speaking, like, I'll play games that I don't like on the channel, if I find them interesting enough or I have a good enough reason to play them, maybe they're just really unique or weird. Five Nights at Freddy's, I feel like, is a dead horse in terms of how much has been covered. So it doesn't really fit my vibe. I don't really feel like I'm adding to the world creatively by playing it. That's my opinion. Oh, Snow Spaceman fell from a high space. Get off that, you. No building a nerd pole. You melon. Wait, actually, I need a hitty stick. Let me get a nice hitty stick. There we go. This is much better. There we go. He's gone straight back to working in the mines. That's what a bit of physical violence can do. Really motivate your workforce. Let's get ready to rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Nimicus says, must your peasants also fill in the caves? They don't have to fill it in. The world just has to be flat. So a surface layer above the caves is perfectly fine. Same for like the seas. A lot of this here was water, and of course it has now been filled in order to build kind of like a flat level. So yes, they don't have to fill in caverns. They just have to get working and flatten everything to the same height. Hello there, Block in the chat. I hope you're having a nice night. Also, thank you to the 1,500 people who like the stream. That's incredibly nice of you. I hope you're all having a lovely time this evening. Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, it's Soul. Oh, what a lovely chap. Or at least I do believe this is the Soul that I know. Is this the Soul I know? He's an Adeptus Mechanicus. Soul, is that you? The real one? He could be a fake one. You don't know. You don't know. Okay, right. He is usually the real one. Fine. I hope so. I hope so. Very cool. IP is up. Cool. Fantastic. The IP is up, everyone. And I do believe players will soon start flooding in. Nice. Very good. Look at this lovely work method. Now, some would say that what we are... So someone built me a throne. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, I can sit on my throne and watch as this mountain gets demolished. This is simply one of many mountains that, of course, must be ripped down. This is a second crown for me. Oh, it's named. Cool, well, I'll have to wear it then. Many would say that, logically, the smartest thing to do is dig down as opposed to digging up, because you have to actually, you know, get rid of the stuff at the top. And if you were to just remove the entire bottom of a mountain, it then becomes hard to actually access the top. So many people watching will say, just start from the top and work down. But you've got to remember that these are glorious peasant workers, and they haven't gone to Minecraft University. This isn't Minecraft Advanced Civilization where everyone is educated. No, this is Minecraft Reject Civilization, where not everyone is educated, and honestly, they're sharing about 5 brain cells between them. Okay, so we love them. We love them for who they are. Someone in the chat says, remember, we can instantly mine blocks by bone mealing moss and using hose. That's incredibly smart advice from Vorten Gaia. High advanced knowledge there. That's the kind of individual who's been to Minecraft University. Congratulations. I hope you did well on your dissertation of block breaking. I kind of actually need to be closer, don't I? Otherwise, I'm going to... Actually, where has everyone gone? Have we exiled like half the server? Oh, we must have spun down a node. Oh dear. I think we spun down the node. Oops. Yep, we have. Oh dear, I'm going to get disconnected here, aren't I? Or did everyone get ejected? I think everyone's getting slowly ejected other than me. Very good. British Man the Third. Wow, the third British man ever created by the universe was on my Minecraft server. How amazing. You sound like my biology teacher, Kieran. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I always felt I had more history teacher vibes going for me, but very well. I mean, not that there's... Wait, hang a second, can I... Yeah, this is how we sit on thrones in the UK. Yeah, definitely. This is exactly how it works. Owen, thank you very much for gifting 50 memberships. Wow. That is bloody kind. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is ridiculously generous. If you received a membership from Owen, make sure to tell him thank you, because that was very, very kind of him. Yes, I do believe everyone... Okay. Are we kicking everyone out the server? Okay, right. We're having to kick everyone out the server. Very well. Thank you, Connor, for the heads up. He sent me a message on Discord. So yes, we must disconnect everyone. We'll be back in a second, I guess. This is good fun. But yeah, we made some good progress there. I'd probably say we are up to a nice quantity of just Minecrafting. Like that was, even though there's only 150 people on the server there, that was actually quite a nice efficient bit of mining, I'd say. Very, very important. The problem is, in order to get all of this done in one stream, we need more players, purely because of the throughput. We have to have 1,000 players. Last time we did the stream, we achieved 900 players, and since then we have made improvements to the server, so we should be able to comfortably go beyond that. But yeah, thank you very much, Owen. That was very generous of you. The Zombies donates to say, fill the server with tea. I feel that filling the Minecraft server with tea is a waste of tea because I would drink that tea and I would enjoy it. So if anything, I should be having that. Oh dear. We rejoice in Limbo? Of course you do. Who doesn't love Limbo? Limbo is... Praise be to the Limbo gods. But yeah, basically, one thing that we... Oh, wow. Okay, I think the server's back up immediately. And actually straight into release mode. Cool. We might have ever so slightly crashed a node or a database, which is interesting. I guess we'll find out. Missouri says... I've not played much Minecraft since 1.8. What the hell is moss? Okay, can someone help Missouri Reaper out and explain what moss is? So, I mean, a lot has changed since 1.8. I think the most fundamental thing to, like, actual Minecraft gameplay would be the way the world is generated is visually very different. The actual, like, underground sections especially are very different to how they used to be. Yeah. That's my opinion. Rachel Mort says, Spiffing Brit missed my super chat. Let me get that. There's a command you can give. There's a command that will give you a stick that sends people flying. / give @player stick enchantments level Minecraft knockback 255. Well, okay. Well, thank you very much for that command, Raphael Mort. I'll get one of the moderators to create it for me and then give it to me. Moss is indeed moss. Okay, the moss news is coming in. Moss is delicious. Moss is tasty. Moss finder. Moss is vegetation on rock. Okay, I hope you've learned a lot about moss in Minecraft, because I feel like that is not educational in the slightest. Ah, here we go. Lego Master says, moss is a solid block found in the lush cave biomes added in 1.17. It can be bone mealed to spread it, replacing nearby stone-like blocks. So there you go. You can put it near stone, bone meal it, it'll spread and convert that stone into moss. Apparently people eat moss. Moss is best when shared. Yummy moss. Why are people so obsessed with eating moss? Okay. I guess there's just... Like, you do know there's other food in the world, guys. Like, if you went outside and you just saw, like, tree bark, you're not going to be like, oh, yummy food. Or do you just walk around the forest floor going, ah, moss, lovely, that's dinner sorted. Sheila, darling, come over here, there's some yummy moss on the floor. No, Charles, we don't want moss for dinner. Sheila, what have I told you? Moss is the best thing to share with friends. That's why we're having it for the 14th night this week. Yes. Oh, dear. Warwick De Nova, thank you for donating. Say, I've created tea leaves. Eat them and enjoy. Command in the chat. Is there a command in the chat for tea? I didn't realize that tea leaves could be made. Oh, custom item tea. Oh, wow. Incredible. Macaulay Taylor, thank you very much for gifting 50 memberships, my friend. That is very generous of you, Macaulay Taylor. it's kind of entertaining. The more and more I do these Minecraft streams, the more because it's kind of like the most regular streaming I've done this year. More and more people are coming back who were around from like the very large Minecraft, sorry, not Minecraft, Skyrim streams I did, and we'll probably be doing some more like them in the future. Yeah. When I say Skyrim streams, I mean there will be a return of the Skyrim 100 Days series, and it will be pretty darn good. If you're getting kicked the moment you're joining Limbo, it's usually because we are having to deal with something to do one of the ways our database is being handled, which is a very complicated system. I could be wrong, but as someone who hasn't read any of the messages going between the devs currently, that is my guess. That's my guess. I'm very smart. Proxy is shut down. There we go. Okay, so it is a proxy issue. So my guess is you're joining. It is trying to assign you a queue from Limbo, or assign you into the queue from Limbo into a proxy. It is probably overloading a proxy because it isn't distributing the players correctly and then crashing the proxy. That is my guess. Macaulay Taylor says, "Hey Spiff, not caught a stream in a while. Been super busy with work. Good to be able to catch this one." Welcome back, Macaulay Taylor. It has been a while, but thank you very much. But yeah, the Skyrim streams are coming back. Chairman Meow is probably not going to come back. He was a wonderful character, but I feel like he had his glorious journey. I want to make a new wonderful hero. And I was kind of thinking of doing a conquest of Skyrim, i.e. playing, like, running a set of mods that would allow me to physically conquer the entire world. That's my goal, I think. I think it would be really fun, yeah. Yeah, should be entertaining. When's new CK3 content? A lot of new bugs there. Yeah, there's a load of things I can do with the new Crusader Kings 3 DLC. I think I'm just, I'm unfortunately quite busy at the moment. We have a lot of large projects, especially ones that I've had since before I went away on holiday, and I really want to get them done. So I've got another like Skyrim multiplayer video I'm really excited to do. I've got like a Europa Universalis idea I really want to do, Transport Tycoon video I really want to do, and I just want to kind of get these large projects recorded because they're so fun, not just for me, but for my editors. And at the end of the day, I kind of want to make the content that makes not only me happy, but also makes my editors happy because, you know, they've been working with me for years now, and I want to kind of feed their creativity and keep things exciting and different. Macaulay Taylor, thank you for donating another 50 gifted memberships. That is ridiculously generous. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah, Transport Tycoon mentioned. I know. My idea is to kind of get like a bunch of YouTubers who are semi-skilled in who are like semi-skilled in Transport or Tycoon games, or just video games in general, and kind of put them together and see who can create the best company, because I think that would be quite entertaining. So yeah. Thank you so much, Macaulay Taylor. Of course, if you received a membership from him, please say thank you, because that is incredibly generous. Of course, donations to the stream, generally speaking, they are going to helping pay off the development costs of this Minecraft server. Merely running this server is expensive. I'm sure if any of you have ever tried to host your own Minecraft server, it's like, I don't know, maybe £30 a month. This costs a little bit more than £30 a month to run, in case you couldn't guess. Amazon ain't cheap, despite how cheap some of their products on their website are. In terms of build quality, I mean, you could say the same about their servers today. Rob Luke says, Skyrim with chat, text-to-speech for NPCs. Are you saying Skyrim with the mod pack where the live chat gets to voice the NPCs? Because if that's the case, we're definitely not having that. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm reading the live chat now. We can't have servers just be... Well, we can't go up to an NPC in Skyrim and just have them go, spicy. It just doesn't work. Why does it cost so much? It costs... okay, so there was one thing... you can technically run Minecraft servers for free, just not something like this, exactly as Connor Brown puts it. There was one incident whereby because of the way the server was set up, an incident happened whereby the fee for the server exponentially grew by a series of unfortunate events, resulting in a situation where I think the bill was about like $6,000 for one stream, which, I mean, like, streaming is fun and all, but I don't make $6,000 per stream off of donations. I don't make anywhere close to that. So yeah, we have tried to streamline the costs a lot more, which is good. Macaulay Taylor, thank you very much for gifting another 50 memberships. That is actually ridiculous. You don't have to. You really don't. That is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Very, very generous. If you get a membership, go and watch the members videos I've made. They're very cool. I'm likely to do a series of membership videos over the next few months, documenting all of the teas that I tried in the United States. I tried a lot of them, and many of them were utterly terrible. So it made for great content as I drank and spat out teas from all across America. Yes. Wow. Why is the server down? I do believe a proxy issue, which is getting fixed. But it's not too bad. I can see all of the dev team are there. Which is pretty funny. It's so nice seeing the entire dev team all in a chat. Bless them. They're trying their best. We praise them for what they do, working on the front lines. Neo, thank you for gifting one membership. That's very kind. Why are people talking about eating moss? You can't eat moss or drink tea in Minecraft, unfortunately. Have I tried Moroccan tea? I have once, I think, when I was in Spain. I found it semi-nice, I think. I don't particularly have strong memories of it. Yeah. Did the Americans like my Australian accent? Yes, the Americans loved my Australian accent. No, there's mostly Americans were like asking, when Americans ask you where you're from, you can name exactly the location. They're like, oh, so is that like near London? And you just have to go, yes, near London. Or I was there with some like friends, and they don't live near London. They live kind of like in the Midlands of the UK. But of course, you can't say, oh, yes, I'm near Manchester or Birmingham. You have to say, I'm north of London and south of Scotland, because those are the two points of reference for an American. It's Scotland and London. If you're very lucky and you're speaking to an American who's been to college, you can say Oxford or Cambridge. But that's about it. Macaulay Taylor, thank you for another 50 gifted memberships. Bugger me sideways with a teabag, my friend. That is very generous indeed. Wow. Warwick D. Nova, thank you for gifting $5 to say, you want to bet I'll make edible moss? Have one of your mods give it to you when the server is back up. No, I don't need edible moss. Moss shouldn't be edible. It's moss. Don't eat moss. Jose Rodriguez, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. That's very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Yes, okay, right. It appears to be a networking issue, and they're trying to figure out what's causing it and getting it fixed. Okay, so it'll probably be a few minutes. If that is the case, then instead of holding all of you here hostage, I will instead go to a BRB screen, grab myself a fresh cup of tea, and we'll set a timer for, I think, 15 minutes. So if you have a phone next to you, set a timer for 15 minutes, and we can rejoin ourselves in 15 minutes time for the continuation of the server. Yeah, we just got to get this issue ironed out, and then we'll be in a prime position to play Minecraft together and have a wonderful experience. So that's what we're going to do. Yep, so I'll be back in a few moments, everyone. Have a lovely time. Go grab yourselves a cup of tea, get a biscuit, all those wonderful things. Daxtronas, thank you for joining as a tea factory. Macaulay Taylor, Jesus Christ. Wow, that's 50 gifted memberships. My oh my, how incredibly generous. Wow. That's a lot of financial support, so thank you very much. And it's a way of sharing the love with others, so thank you. I will pop on the clock, and I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Yes, and we'll get this minor tech issue ironed out. So yes, see you in 15 minutes, guys. Shouldn't take too long at all. It'll be over before you even know it. Hello, 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 hello. I hope you're all having a nice time. Welcome back, everyone. Yes, we are indeed back, which is nice. Hope you're all having a nice time this evening. On a glorious Saturday, it is 8 p.m. in the UK. Thank you for choosing to spend some of your finite time on this planet hanging out with me this evening. That's very, very nice of you and very, very jazzy, I would say. Yeah. So, welcome back to the stream, I guess. Yeah, hope you're having a nice time. To fill you in basically on what's been happening, chat, it would appear there is some kind of networking issue on the back end. And so even though you guys are kind of connecting to the server, you're not. Basically, you're loading into Limbo, and there is an awesome system in place to help move you from Limbo into the server. And for some reason, there is a networking issue stopping it from happening, which is frustrating, but is being dealt with. Before we start up, I do want to say a huge thank you to the ridiculously generous folks who gifted memberships. That was very, very nice of you. You really didn't have to, so thank you very much. Especially to, of course, Owen, who for some reason decided to give 50 memberships. Thank you. That was very, very kind of you. And Tech Kev, thank you for donating £5 to say, so nice that the world is flat and all that exists below it are the mines and the drums in the deep. Indeed, it's a very dwarf core stream we're doing today. It's always the network. I know, it's always the network. Who could imagine that? No, it's really, it is frustrating to an extent. There are things that we, of course, can do to improve stuff and fix stuff. And unfortunately, some of this stuff just requires like testing and waiting, which is frustrating because some of this stuff, in order to turn it off and on again, instead of it just being instant, it takes a couple minutes. And when you're making lots of little changes over and over again, that can kind of add up, which can make the kind of like repair process a little bit more challenging. In future, this will be a lot easier. It is mostly a symptom of how we've designed the server so far, and we do intend to change it. Yeah, I forgot to change the screen. Don't worry, we're just holding here for a few minutes. I'll change over in a second. Jose Rodriguez, thank you for gifting 22 try to say, I like big teapots and I cannot lie. Me too, Jose. Me too. Tanya Sapien, thank you for donating $20 to say, I used your break to go make some moss-flavored coffee, and then 2 eagle emojis, which I will take to mean... yeah, you're American. Well, I hope you enjoy your moss-flavored coffee. That sounds like it's going to off you, but cool, I guess. It sounds horrible. I mean, coffee is already terrible, but adding moss to it, I mean, at that point, you might as well drink mud. Like, what's the difference? Macaulay Taylor, thank you for once again gifting 50 memberships. You really don't have to. I'm pretty sure you've probably reached the point where YouTube is going to stop you from being able to donate. There is a cap I know that exists where, like, over the span of, I think, a month or a week, you're not allowed to donate above a certain threshold. So you've probably reached that cap, Macaulay Taylor. Thank you very much. Last one for today, guys. Good. Now I'm going to kick back and watch and enjoy the stream. Thank you, Macaulay Taylor. Everyone, if you received a membership from him, say thank you. Very cool, chill thing of him to do. Of course, no one has to donate. You don't have to at all. It's just a thing that people can do, and thank you very much to those that do. To those that don't, also thank you for liking the stream and just being here hanging out. That's really cool of you. Thank you very much. Sufyan says, can I get a gift? Sufyan, you're already a member. You can't be a double member. That doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at some of the back end. There's a nice graph. That's a very impressive graph. I don't even know how we achieved numbers that high. Awesome. Macaulay Taylor, that is quite clearly an additional donation. That's not allowed. That's not... You said that was enough. You said enough was enough. You're literally like the wrestling meme where someone's like, I've got one more in me. Like, absolutely crazy. Thank you. Thank you very much. And our lovely music comes to an end. There we go. Seems like a nice time to jump back into our little adventures, I would say, in the game. So let me get my screen changed over. There you go. We've got a little jumpy spiff. We've got a little jumpy spiff. Yes. Show the graph. You want to see the graph? I don't think I'm allowed to show you the graph because it shows too much of our server architecture off. But there's a graph, right? And there's like a comfortable threshold for stuff. And then I think within the span of like a minute, the server went from like a even distribution of players across all of the necessary locations players can be to trying to put 1,400 players simultaneously on the same server, which I do believe is probably the incident that caused the problem. Kratos, PP, thank you very much for gifting 50 gifted memberships. If I remember correctly, you also did that right before I went on my little break. Impeccable timing, I must say. Thank you very much for gifting 100 memberships. That is absolutely crazy. Ooh, Netty handler codec, decoder exception, not enough bytes. Someone's been nibbling away at my buffer. Also, I think I just heard a car outside, which might be a package that I'm expecting. Let me check. Out for delivery. Come on. Are you outside? Your package is late. No! It was a spiced rum. I really was looking forward to my spiced rum delivery. Everyone's used to the 8 p.m. spiced rum delivery in the UK. If you don't live in the UK and you don't know about the spiced rum delivery that we all get at 8 p.m., I apologise. If you're in the UK and you don't know about it, well, I'm afraid we just went to different schools, didn't we? That's a private school reference that you layman won't understand. I didn't go to private school because I didn't go to school. I was created shortly after the Big Bang. I didn't know what video games were. All I knew was that I had to break them, and so I had to bide my time floating around in space until eventually video games were invented. Yes. Kratos BP, thank you very much for another gifted 50 memberships. That's very, very, very kind of you. Yes. It's very nice of you to share all of these gifts with people. Thank you very much. A server is not serving. Oh, it's serving. It's just serving pain and suffering currently. Oh, poor server. Blessed poor server. Yeah, so it would appear that when we were away on our break, right, there was about 14,000 people accidentally, I think, got dumped into the same production at the same time and slightly balked it. That's my guess. Spiced rum sounds like an old-timey sailor. You don't understand. Back when I was in the Navy and we were sailing the 7 seas in the Navy. It was glorious. You see, we're off to our port side was Jamaica, and Jamaica had all of these sugar plantations. Don't ask how the sugar plantation was harvested or how it was operated. Those 2 deep, complicated questions. No, next question. They made tasty, delicious rum. Yes, tasty, delicious rum. What's the rum, Lord Spiff? Ooh, I would tell you, but it is a small batch rum, and I really like it, and so I am not sharing it with anyone. It is literally, it's made in the south of the UK. They don't make a lot of it. It is ridiculously tasty. Not letting anyone else have it. I found it in like it would have been a food festival a couple years back, and I was just like, oh, yes. Yeah. That's I was like, ooh, very tasty. I want some of this. Very, very tasty. Places people. Yes, places everyone, indeed. Kratos coming in clutch for the people. Indeed, that's very kind of him. Yes. Oh, dear, dear. Almost 5,000 views. I know, it's quite crazy, isn't it? That people are willing to kind of hang out here on a chill Friday evening. Wait, I said Friday evening. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Gatekeeping the rum. I don't want to gatekeep the rum, but it's really good rum. And if everyone else has it, right, then everyone else is gonna buy it. And they really don't make a lot of it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's maybe a few hundred reviews of this rum, and it's like 5 stars. Well, I think it's like 4.9 stars, but it is impeccably tasty. It's one of the few like spirits which I'm quite comfortable drinking just neat, and it's enjoyable. So yeah, where's the rum gone? Exactly. I can't share it with you. There's too many. There's 5,000 people watching this. If even like half the people watching this decided to buy it, all of the rum is gone. That's the problem. Yeah. Gatekeeping sad? No, it's not. Gatekeeping, girl bossing, gaslighting. That's my motto, guys. Vote Spiff in the upcoming election, as I will gaslight and gatekeep you into success and the glorious future. Yes. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Discord of existence. What's going on? Was that like the British version of a Mr. Krabs laugh? Yes, I do believe myself and Mr. Krabs do have a good amount in common, but I mean, we're both crustaceans, I guess. Are British people crustaceans? I feel like we kind of are, to a little extent. I'd want you to be a prime minister. Here's the problem: I wouldn't want to be prime minister of the UK. That seems like a terrible idea. Everyone would be like, "Oh, you're doing things wrong." Whereas if you're just a whimsical YouTuber, you can't really do anything wrong. You can just have some fun. Bloom Films has just joined. What's up with the server? Great question. So basically, we had the server up and running, and there was a slight issue where for some reason it was only allowing 150 people. And then I believe in the process of trying to stop the server on capping out at 150 people, which didn't make sense, the server decided to allot several thousand people onto the exact same proxy. And then when that proxy crashed, it then moved all of those thousands of people onto the next proxy, which then crashed that proxy, and then it repeated and repeated and repeated until it had successfully crashed all of the proxies. Now, if one proxy goes down, that's no problem, because we can distribute players onto other proxies and spin up new ones, but that takes a little bit of time. So when all of them crash simultaneously, everyone gets booted from the server and no one's able to join. That's just how it works. However, we are, of course, loading back on in. Yes. It takes a little bit of time, and networking issues are a pain, but once they're all sorted, we have a more powerful server. Indeed. Yes. More suited for the peerage? Yes, you see, becoming a lord in the UK and sitting in the House of Lords is great. You get an expense report, you don't even have to turn up to your job, you can fall asleep at your job, and people have to address you as lord. Which, you know, that's pretty cool. The only downside is occasionally, I guess, journalists would be looking at what you're doing and having opinions about you. And it's not fun having people have opinions about you. I mean, maybe it is for some people. Maybe you guys like it when people care about what you say. But I don't. I'm a whimsical space entity who drinks tea. And as a result, no. I don't think people should be worrying too much about what I do. No load balancing. Don't worry, there's a lot of load balancing, AMC. It's just the load balancing sometimes decides to set itself on fire. It's very easy to load balance a server network when you're dealing with just a handful of people or a few hundred people here and there, but thousands of simultaneous load balancings is a bit of a problem. So yes. Yep. Tyner Sapien, thank you for donating again to say Spiff 2024. Unlike other tyrants, he's honest about subjugating the peasantry. Exactly. You know, I think society has gotten far too complicated. You see, I think we should bring back serfdom. Then everyone knows exactly what's expected of them. And after all, the children yearn for the mines. I've played copious quantities of Minecraft, so I think we should bring back child labor, put all of those children down into the coal mines. They love it. We could even say that it's literally a Minecraft holiday camp. There we go. And then, I guess for the armed forces, tell them it's a fortnight away day. There we go. I've solved so many problems. That's the energy sector and export sector done with coal mining and oil drilling. And then all military combat solved by convincing children that they are merely playing Fortnite. It's like the film Ender's Gate. It's great. Meanwhile, everyone else, we get to enjoy the profits and relax, eating toad in the hole, drinking cups of tea. What else? I guess beans on toast. Yes, beans on toast. Who can forget beans on toast? Look as the people shout, "Vote Spiff!" and "We want serfdom." It's so great to know that everyone agrees with my policies. We can actually do a survey right now. Engage, start poll. Would you vote Spiff for UK dictator? There we go. Yes, I yearn for the mines. No, please. Go. There we go. Very nice. There we go. I can start a lovely poll. Timothy Paul, thank you for gifting a membership. That's very kind of you. Cogmania says, can you show us the number of memberships gifted? Yes, this stream there have been a total of 702 new members. I don't know how many of which are gifted and how many of which are people who have become members, but yes, 706 members currently. Speaking of which, Macaulay Taylor decided to give 50 memberships. Macaulay Taylor, you don't have to. I mean, I guess honestly, if you want a free membership to the Spiffing Brit channel, just keep a couple of screens open and idle. Idle them until eventually Macaulay Taylor gifts you a membership. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous. Very, very generous. Timothy Paul says, hello, Spiff. This is my first time catching a live stream. Well, it's lovely to have you here, friend. I hope you have a nice time watching. Of course, you don't have to watch a whole stream. I will keep the VODs of these things kind of up, which is cool. Oh, wow. There's some cool things being shared in the general chat. Yes. Okay, cool. Fun, right? Okay. The issue is being explained to me. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh dear. Free membership glitch? I mean, I do believe there was something to do with having multiple... like, the way memberships are decided and being gifted out, it's down to, like, watch time and activity in chat. And I believe one of the ways to technically increase watch time is to have multiple copies of the stream open running simultaneously. So basically, they'd have to be running at the same time. You wouldn't be able to have them in, like, tabs on the top playing. They'd have to be visible, because that way YouTube would detect it as valid watch time. So then YouTube would be gauging that you're getting probably about 2 times as much watch time as someone else, meaning you are more active in the stream and consequently more eligible. Literally, it would correspond roughly to like 2 monitors, well, 2 streams open, you have 2 times the chance basically of getting a membership. Although actually I think because of the way that would work, you'd have above a 2 times chance of getting a membership. Yeah, there you get some interesting, fun YouTube stuff. Yeah, it's not just purely luck. No, it's not, which is interesting. It's kind of like YouTube's way of... It's not quite like the way Twitch gives memberships. It's less direct. Like, you can't single someone out and be like, there you go, have a membership. But it's still pretty impressive. Do you increase watch time by slowing the stream down? Yes, if I talk slower and the stream slows down, we get more watch time. Yeah. No, that's not how it works. But yes, if you do technically set the playback speed to lower, it does add more watch time, which is pretty funny. Spiff, what music do you like? I, generally speaking, have a very varied music taste. I enjoy everything from rock to metal to indie to acoustic to classical to jazz. I'm not the biggest fan of rap and R&B. There are occasional songs like that I do enjoy, but I can't say it's necessarily like the biggest thing for me. Yeah. Trolls to Culture says, here's a grog of rum. Oh, I see. Yes, of course. Rum is a great way to avoid catching scurvy. There you go. That's why you have a nice little bit of lime with your rum, of course, so as to avoid getting scurvy. Wasn't it a crazy part of human history when the biggest fears you had was scurvy? Whereas now we have access to like fruit and vegetables on the regular. Wonderful. Electro swing? Yeah, I quite like electro swing. It's good fun. Like swing jazz is really cool. I very much enjoy it. Someone says, do I know Miku? I'm guessing you're saying, do I know Hatsune Miku? I mean, I've been on the internet for like multiple decades, so yes, I'm aware of Hatsune Miku. Rich donates $5 to say the kids, Jamie and Omi, have gone mental waiting, but we love you, Spiff. Thank you very much, Rich. Apologies, of course, for the nature of server production stuff. I can't explain the issue because of security, I guess, but it is interesting, and commitments are being made to fix it. Yes, and it should be hopefully not too long, I'm gonna say. Exat says, do you serve in army? Question mark. Like, which army, Exat? Like, yes, that's right, Exat. You've worked it out. I do serve in the Icelandic military. No, I don't serve in the military. I don't think I'd fit in very well. It's just not my cup of tea, so to speak. Alpha Spooks, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. That's very kind of you. Yes. Someone says Canadian dollars, the geese are coming. I must say, Canadian geese are... Look... Do they even come from Canada? I mean, I know we call them Canadian geese, but is it actually... Yeah, native to the Arctic and temperate regions of North America. So they do come from Canada. Okay, look. Canadian geese, right? I love Canada for everything they've created, right? Ice hockey, great fun. Maple syrup, awesome. Wonderful export on the world. So many wonderful food exports as well, like poutine. And then Canadian geese. I'm sorry, but as a nation, I love you so much. But why did you have to invent Canadian geese? They are the most annoying goose in the world. They are a pest upon our lovely British landscape. They get everywhere. They poop everywhere. They're noisy pests. Why would you do it, Canada? Why did you make the Canadian goose? I'm blaming each and every Canadian personally. Oh, dear. And why did you give them citizenship as well? If you give the Canadian geese passports, they can cross borders. And the Canadian passports are really good passports. Of course they came to the UK. Minute 9 of asking Spiff for the rum every minute until he tells me. Macaulay Taylor fight. The rum, I'll let you know, is called Beckford's Rum, and it is the caramel flavour that I am a very big fan of. There are multiple Beckford's rums. All of them are very nice. I'm yet to have a bad one. There you go. You can thank a man who... I don't hand out my rum recommendations easily, but to a man who donated like hundreds of dollars, how could I say no? There's my rum recommendation. Sorbon, thank you for the free money of chuff. Vince says, do you drink flavoured tea from our friends in Yorkshire? I drink Yorkshire tea, if that's what you're asking, which is a English breakfast tea, which is a type of black tea. It is very tasty and my favourite type. Raphael Mort says, I've been testing how to capture the power of Earl Grey in Minecraft. It isn't full powerful, but I'm putting it in Discord for your perusal. Thank you, Raphael Mort. I'll check the Discord later. Yes. And yes, Nerdy Corgi, I saw your message in the chat earlier. You were right. It is Beckford's. Yeah, they're really hard rum to get. They only kind of recently started selling online. Previously, you kind of had to go to like a physical place. They had like a pop-up shop in Bath, I think, which you could go to like once every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's good stuff. Spiff can be bribed. I mean, which, like, I do sponsored content. I mean, admittedly, my sponsored content isn't really bribed, because usually speaking, I'm only going to take a sponsorship for something that I kind of actively use. So video games that I play, that I like. Yeah. Some sponsorships I take well in advance, or I agree to well in advance, like Opera GX was a deal that I think I agreed to almost a year ago, because it kept just getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. But of course, you sign a contract, and the client can kind of keep pushing back for a set period of time, and then you kind of have to go when they say go, which is, it can be frustrating to then like have it work out, because you've got to find a video to put it in. But yeah, sponsorships are kind of complicated. They make a lot of money. Like, a sponsorship in a video will make more than the video would make if it didn't have a sponsorship, by a large margin. So they're really useful for helping us fund our more extravagant projects, and helping future-proof our company and pay our employees well. But at the same time, I don't like the hassle. It's a lot of work, and I feel like I've got to meet a lot of expectations, because there's always a certain level of, is the sponsor a good fit for the audience? Is the sponsor like something I'm okay with? Do I like it? What is the sponsor asking of me? Because I've had sponsorships for products that I really like, and I use myself, and I'm like, yeah, this is great, more people should do this. But then the demands they have are really, really high, and it's like, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, and then you lose all creative control. And when I don't have creative control, what's the point? I'd much rather take less money and still be myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, there are sponsorships where I have like taken them, and then afterwards I've gone, okay, I'm not working with them again. It's very rare, but it does happen, and usually it's not to do with the product, it's more the process of actually making sponsored content. Yeah, I hope you guys apologies for the explanation. I understand that, of course, from like an audience perspective, it's kind of like, oh, are you selling out? Like, do you actually care about this? And one thing I'll try and do with sponsored content is I don't really like. I love working with Paradox because they're very much a company which I enjoy working with, and they give me huge amounts of creative control. Like, I come to them with an idea, and they're like, "Okay, cool. Here's the budget. Go have fun." And yeah, the budget is never as good as other things because they're a smaller company, and I've worked with them a lot. So they're never going to give me the largest budget in the world, but they give me the creative control, which is what I care about. Sponsored by Moss Tea. No, Chris Knight, we are not sponsored by Moss Tea. Tanya Sapien says just import emus and let them deal with the geese and duke it out. I mean, I guess that is kind of like, that is the age-old thing of importing a creature to deal with a pest infestation. It's like when I think the Caribbean islands imported cats to deal with rat infestations. Or I believe Malta is importing seagulls to deal with mosquitoes or something like that. There's like an island in the Mediterranean which, due to like global warming, mosquitoes are able to move further north, and they're like kind of really dangerous mosquitoes. And so the way to deal with it is just birds that eat insects. So if you have a lot of birds, they'll deal with the insects. The problem is balancing that population is impossible, because if you unleash a bunch of like birds in a habitat where they can thrive, they'll just explode. And yeah, exactly. If we were to get emus into the UK to fight the Canadian geese, they'd win, and then we'd have way too many emus, which I'd argue are more difficult to get rid of, as proven by the Australian Emu War. Yeah. What are the odds of being officially sponsored by Yorkshire Tea? It has happened twice. Yorkshire Tea have sponsored the 1 million sub Q&A on this channel, and they sponsored the Yorkshire Tesla video, both of which weren't like massive money paying subscriptions or sponsors because we had to spend a lot of the budget on the actual videos themselves. And they're more just fun things that Yorkshire Tea want to do for a silly excuse. They're never like, how do we make as much money as possible? Because everyone knows I like Yorkshire Tea. I can't really sell you on Yorkshire Tea. It's great. What's there to sell on? It's just there. Wavy DL says you break/exploit every game made. Can you swizzle the system and somehow sponsor yourself and make millions? So that is something that creators do. There are a lot of creators who are simply too big to sponsor. An example of this would be someone like Mr. Beast. So I understand he's in quite a lot of hot water at the moment. Who knows where he'll be by the time someone's watching this live stream VOD in the future. But basically, and this is going to be a highly clippable section, I guess, for the live stream. So, hey, if you enjoy clipping and posting on live stream fails, here you go. So, there are a unique group of content creators who are unsponsorable. And this is largely down to the fact that there is no marketing company like, say, Squarespace or BetterHelp or NordVPN who can afford one of their videos. Even the mobile game companies with insanely high budgets like Raid Shadow Legends, which of course I'm never going to work with because I hate them, but channels that size maybe can only get sponsorship offers from them because their budgets are so high. So when you're a creator of that size, what you do is instead of getting sponsored, you make a product and you sell it. Instead of a business coming to you and advertising a product, you basically look at successful businesses in the world and then you go, I could do that, and then you make it. So you start an energy drinks company, you start making alcohol, you make Lunchables for some reason. In Mr. Beast's case, I think chocolate was kind of like his most successful one. He, of course, did like a fast food chain for a while, but that's kind of like a terrible idea. Someone in the chat says BetterHelp is a terrible company. Yes, it is. I regularly block and tell any BetterHelp employee contacting me to go away. They are the single worst thing the internet has ever seen. I mean, apart from all the other stuff. But yes, so these creators are so big, they have to create products to sell to their audience, which is really interesting. Of course, there are things like merchandise, which is probably the early thing that creators did in order to make money beyond sponsorships. But the thing with merchandising is that there's actually a lot of logistical costs that eat into your profit margins, whereas things like food and drink are more necessities and can be regular purchases. That's why you'll see a lot of creators have pivoted to subscription-based services, i.e., like a coffee subscription or a food subscription, because that way you've got a product that people keep buying. It's why drinks are so effective and why basically every celebrity has a drinks brand, which is really annoying because I really do want to kind of like make mead and gin, but on small scales. And I also don't want to do it anymore because so many celebrities have just done it. And by celebrities doing it, I mean venture capital companies have approached celebrities. And I know what they are because they approach me. I mean, the amount of emails I get, which are, you know, people being like, oh, do you want to start your own coffee brand? And it's like, do you even know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do you know this channel? Do you have any idea what that means to me? Yeah, it happens. Someone says if I was a YouTuber, I would sell yummy snack boxes. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. In my case, I don't really know what product I'd sell. I kind of just, if I were to sell something, I'd try and sell it because it's neat. Like, we have some merchandise in the works, and it's pretty cool. We're making it not because it's going to make a lot of money. Because it's not. We're making it because it looks cool, and I mean, I'm wearing my own merch right now. It's just a prototype version, but it's really cool. Luke Powerness says, I'm from Malta, seagull mosquitoes, what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of the Mediterranean islands, in order to deal with mosquitoes, in the last couple of years imported seagulls, which is pretty cool. Yeah, YZ in the Void, just waiting for a server thing to be fixed. To answer any questions, our lovely head server dev has been able to reproduce the issue now reliably. So we have found the issue, we can reproduce it, now it can be fixed. So probably only a few more minutes, hopefully. Yes. Bottled Gamer Boy leaf water, when? We're not doing that. Connor Barrow says, but we don't have any merch anymore. Connor, we do. The merchandise arrived. So for those of you that don't know, which is everyone, we had some merchandise prototyped, which is really cool, and hopefully it'll be ready soon. I know I'm spoiling the reveal of it, but yes, it's really awesome, and we got all these amazing prototypes made, and then we had them shipped. And for some reason, FedEx decided when they couldn't deliver it to like our PO box to try and return to sender it. Now, returning to sender should have sent it to America. Instead, it returned to sender to a industrial goods warehouse in the Midlands. Just a random company. Now, this company shouldn't have received it, and they would have just thrown out the package. However, luckily, someone cracked into it, noticed my branding, and was like, oh, this is for Spiff, and reached out to us on Discord and got it sent to us. So thank you very much to them. They were ridiculously generous. It's such an insane series of events because we really should not have got our merchandise back. It probably would have just been disposed of and thrown into landfill, which would have been a real shame. So yeah, very, very cool. FedEx are terrible. I mean, sometimes they're really good, but shout out to UPS for getting it actually back to me. Yeah, we got very, very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. We've got Mads, the weapon engineer in chat, says, love from Bonifacio, Corsica. Wow, Corsica. Very cool. I once had a GeoGuessr tournament which landed up on Corsica, and I got a terribly wrong answer because of it. Corsica is so hard to place on GeoGuessr, in my opinion. I mean, I've gotten better at it, but it's still really rough. Oh yeah, and the timing was terrible, yeah, because whilst it happened, I was on holiday, and so was Connor, so neither of us could get it reshipped. But luckily, UPS came in clutch, and I was able to deal with it once I got back. But yeah, absolute shout out to the mega corporation warehouse workers who found the package. They will be receiving free merchandise in the future as soon as it's all ready. But yeah, the prototypes are really good. We just need to make a few adjustments to them. Basically, some of the graphics are slightly too high, in my opinion, and need to be a little bit lower. Do I own a top hat and monocle? I do indeed, of course. Who do you think I am, Scott? Scotty? Of course I do. It's a very important thing. Can you break GeoGuessr? Maybe. The lovely folks from GeoGuessr reached out to try and sponsor us, and it's something that I am going to look into because I'd love to work with the GeoGuessr people. They're really, really, really cool. I love what they've done with the game, and I had an absolute blast watching the GeoGuessr World Cup. So yeah, if I can come up with a cool enough idea and it's worthwhile enough for them, because I don't want to waste their sponsor money because they can just give it to someone else. If I can come up with a cool enough idea, we'll take it, and it'll be awesome. Yeah. Connor said, what did you say? You never thought of that idea. Oh yes, you can get kicked if you're AFK for too long. Indeed. Oh, I got kicked from the queue. Oh, I've never been kicked from Limbo. That's pretty cool. Collab with Pirate Software when? I mean, when we get this server completely sorted, yes, I will invite some other YouTubers and we'll have some fun. We'll do something quite incredible, I imagine, in the future. If you have any ideas for what you'd like to see us do with a server that can handle like well over 1,000 players, then let us know, because it could be quite interesting indeed. Did they sponsor MapBend recently? Oh yes, I think I saw the video. Although at first, because I didn't think it was sponsored because it didn't have the pop-up that said this video contains paid product placement. So naughty Batman, you've got to push this video contains paid product placement button when you upload. Naughty, naughty, naughty. I'm sure they'll fix that eventually. Spiff, you should try Factorio Space Age. Probably, I will do that. The problem was it came out, like the early access was given to me right as I was leaving for holiday, so I just didn't have time. But yeah, I'll probably get back to it, hopefully. What are the server specs? Calculating the server specs are kind of impossible because you can't really perceive the server in the same way you can a normal server, right? So a normal server is almost like a box of a processor and memory and some kind of like database, usually. In our case, this is not that. It is like a web. Imagine the World Wide Web. It's that. And you're connecting to it. Yes, that's right. We're as big as Google. Yes, in the year 2024. Oh, God, I sound like some kind of crazed tech entrepreneur. I've invented a robot. Look at it. Oh, it's moving. Oh, it's magical. Oh, it's definitely a robot. Not some guy using a controller in the distance. It's a real robot. Look, I've made it. It's moving. Look at it move. Oh, it even speaks like a robot, so it must be a robot. Yes. Worship me, please. Please, Reddit. Don't forget about... Sorry. I wonder who that could have been inspired by. Raphael Mort says, neat idea would be an inner and outer circle. The YouTubers are the only ones with edit access in the inner circle, and everyone can be outer. Plus factions. I see. So would the idea of Raphael Mort be some kind of build-off whereby the creators are building a structure and then the outer ring is a bunch of randomers also building a structure, and then whoever's structure is the best wins? Is that the idea? Because that could be pretty interesting. Be Quiet Drive said, would you collab with a VTuber, and which one is your favorite? I don't really have a favorite VTuber. I wouldn't be against collaborating. Collaborating with me is kind of like a bit of an awkward thing, though, because I'm very much a control freak isn't the right idea. I just have a very clear concept usually whenever I do something, and I want to execute it. And so it's hard for me to work with other content creators, because if they don't know me very well or I don't know them very well, it's hard for me to calculate whether they'll fit in with what I'm doing. If you take something like the Skyrim Together streams, they are really weird like videos that only really work because Jabbo, Juve, and Doug really got the idea and really meshed well with it. And it's hard finding those creators for every concept I have, if that makes sense. But I have gotten better at the idea. So yeah, I'd probably be open for collaborating. I think my favorite VTuber, as a joke answer, would be Kiwo, who famously played Euro Truck Simulator and had a VTuber that could turn around and shout at you as if they were a dad driving a car and they were angry that people were talking on the back seat. Yeah. The thing is, there's thousands and thousands of VTubers. I would not class myself as one. I'm never going to be one. It's like, people do content creation for all kinds of different reasons and embrace different content styles for different reasons. And similar to someone really being into like live action content, you can be really into like VTubing. And so yeah, it's just not everyone's cup of tea, and it's not always mine. We need Mr. Sam Streamer RimWorld Story collab with you. Mr. Sam Streamer's fine on his own. Bless him. Leave him be. He's the kind of creator who I don't want to nudge. Like, just keep him on his lane, grinding his content. If I do anything to him, he'll just be distracted. You can't stop his little production engine. He's got to go. He's got to keep working. Let's game it out. He's a lovely chap. I worked with him in the past once for a Stellaris sponsored video and absolutely thrashed him in the game. So I don't know if he ever wants to work with me again. I don't know if his content style particularly fits collaborations is the issue, because he likes to spend a lot of time on a concept, and that is really, really good. It makes for great videos, but a lot of his stuff works best in single player, where he has time to plan and prep and push stuff really far, whereas a live content environment makes that a lot more challenging to get something really cool out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Sheepy007 says, coffee drinkers of the world unite. Oh, well, just because you donated me $5 doesn't mean I can't remove this message. Oh my god, I can! Yes, just because you give me money doesn't mean I can't moderate you to death. Yes, very good. Very, very, very good indeed. I am evil. Gloriously evil. Ah, very good. Oh, dear. We did it. Asking Brit if he can be my father-in-law every minute until he answers me. Wait, sorry, does that father-in-law... Isn't that just a stepdad? Or a dad? Davide, I'm sorry, I can't be your father. Son, I can't. I'm too busy breaking video games. My life is one of I wake up, I come up with ideas, I drink tea, I come up with more ideas, I drink more tea, I do a bunch of boring business admin email stuff, I check in on my lovely, glorious workers who are fantastic, I try and record, take my dog for a walk, and then I cook food, because I really enjoy cooking. It's wonderful. Yes. Sheepy says, since you acknowledged it, it's in the record of the stream. No, Sheepy, I'm going to go back and remove it from the VOD. You can't win, Sheepy. No one will know what you said in the history books. Yes, you can't even clip it. Actually, I suppose you can, but don't clip it. That's mean. Micaiah, thank you for donating. Say, tea economy, trade, tea, exploit, infinite riches. That's true. I do love games focused on trading. They're really, really fun. Really, really, really fun. Potato Milk Whiskey is the most honest of souls. Such a wonderful guy. Yeah, he's fun to work, fun to work with. He's very good at Civilization. Very, very good. What car do I have? I currently have a Tesla Model 3. I say I have. It's leased, so it's not my car. I've famously wrapped it up as a box of Yorkshire tea, which was great fun. And it's yeah, it's a fun little vehicle. But I'm handing it back because I don't know. It's okay. I don't want to keep it, and I'm leasing it, and the costs of it are going up. And I got it on an incredibly good deal, and if I were to renew the deal, it would be much worse. And the leasing company that I got it from have definitely lost thousands and thousands of pounds because they effectively gave me a very expensive car at a very cheap monthly price on an incredibly favorable contract. And as the car has depreciated so much, yeah, they're out of a lot of money. But that's not my problem. It's their problem because I don't own the car. I just drive it. And it's currently sat outside Connor's house, yes. I need my car back, Connor, please. I can't drive anywhere. But no, I've been looking at new cars recently. I'm not planning to get a car for the long term, just the kind of short term. So I'm not too sure what the future holds for me. So I don't want to particularly set myself into a car. I would say driving an electric car has been good fun for the last 3 or so years. It's been enjoyable. Yeah. And Tesla Model 3 Performance, it's a fun drive. I won't lie. It's, it's basically just pure acceleration. Electric cars are always quite enjoyable. But yeah, as far as electric cars go, Model 3 was, at the time, best car in terms of range, best car in terms of efficiency, best car in terms of... it was just the best electric car. And I knew I wanted an electric car as opposed to a petrol car. And the only downsides I would say is the build quality is terrible for Teslas. The internal components are really cheap. If you're used to driving anything solid like a Volkswagen or a BMW, you'll sit in it and be like, yep, this feels cheap. I like all the dashboards and components are slightly flimsy. There's no buttons and dials. So yeah, it's a car with advantages and disadvantages. But now that other electric cars have started to match in terms of range, there's less and less reasons to get a Tesla. Yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it. Doc Cubing says, Spiff, do you like Rubik's Cubes? I mean, I don't really think that's a controversial opinion to say Rubik's Cubes are kind of cool. They're kind of fun. They're Rubik's Cubes, the inoffensive entertainment. Scotty says, please do a Georgie live stream. Georgie doesn't stay still. I can't do a Georgie live stream. You can't put a camera on her. She's a corgi. She's impossible to contain. Oh, dear. Yeah, as Connor says, they're fixing things right now. So not quite just yet, but soon. Soon, TM. I mean, I'll ask... I can check in on the dev chat. Okay, there's some kind of push to the database being done there. Yes. Very cool. Interesting. Interesting. Very jazzy. Grumpy Cucumber says donating to hire another person to hurry up the server so people stop asking when it's fixed. I I mean, unfortunately, 50 Danish kroner, as much as I love it, might not be enough to hire one of these individuals. They are entertainingly expensive because they're very skilled at what they do. You can't hire cheap people, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I say unfortunately. I like working with the people I work with. They're a good team. Sarah says, so when is it fixed? Should be... Well, actually, yeah. If you have any questions about when the server's fixed, please at Grumpy Cucumber in chat and ask him. He has temporarily been hired as head of public relations of server architecture. So, yeah, just ask him. I'm sure he'll have it all sorted. It'll be, yeah, he'll nail it. Oh, dear. 10 times of asking Spiff to come to Corsica until he answers. I mean, I might go to Corsica one day. I haven't ever been to Italy, and it does seem like a very exciting place. So Corsica, Italy, Sardinia, Slovenia, I'd also love to go and see, along with Austria. These are all like wonderful countries I'd love to visit, as well as Malta. Malta seems like a joyous place of history to visit. One cooler guy says, so... in today's stream, we're finding out how good Spiff is at stalling. He can't even embrace the call of Limdo. He could be embracing the call of the Mango server. Well, you want me to join Mango's voice chat? You want me to... I can't join Mango's voice chat. She's, what, playing Counter-Strike? Yeah, they're playing Counter-Strike in there. I can't join that. I'll join the one beneath it. I'll drag in Cool Guy as well. Cool Guy, hello. Don't laugh at me, Cool Guy.
Gremlin. You absolute gremlin.
How am I a gremlin? What?
You gremlin. You looking for things to stall with.
I'm not. No. This is welcome to the designated section.
Hello, Mango.
What are you doing in
No,
there?
I will actually let you know, Cool Guy.
You bothered him.
Cool Guy, I have the update, right? We are rolling back an update to a version that worked flawlessly yesterday. So
Are you live?
yes, I am currently live. Hello there, Mango.
Hi. That's illegal. Get out my server, bro.
Oh, wow, I'm getting flamed off of the Mango Discord. The most
I don't even need
elite,
to do anything here.
No, it's fine.
the
You
elite
can
and
say
rarest
whatever.
Discord of the world. Are you playing CSGO with the loudest keyboard
Yeah,
in the
you
world?
can hear me.
This is what it's like playing video games with my wife. Anyway, goodbye. There she goes, she's gone.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Cool Guy, to answer your question, it'll probably just be a handful of minutes as we are rolling back, and then we just have to restart it. So it shouldn't be long.
I see.
You can go grab yourself a cup of tea.
Look, I currently have coffee in my hand. You can't stop me, sir.
Piss off. Right, and that's enough of speaking to Cool Guy. We're done for the evening. That's the last time we ever have a live interview. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Oh dear, oh dear. The live chat is currently people being like, Slovakia mentioned? Question mark. Someone saying, don't come to Estonia. I'd love to come to Estonia though. I'd love to go to Estonia. That seems great. That's a good keyboard sound. Yeah, Mango loves really strong mechanical keyboards simply because they have like nice feedback for video games. Leela Wood says, to heck with the server, let's get some people to work on Corgi Cam. Bonus head pats for Georgie. I mean, we'd have to employ like multiple people full time to run around and try and wrangle Georgie into locations. It's not possible. It's impossible. Oh dear. Someone says, come to Colchester. That sounds like a threat. Come to Skegness. Before Skegness comes to you. Oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, server shouldn't be too long now. Okay, there still might be an issue caused by a bigger update, but we're hoping that won't be an issue as well. Cool. So that's the update from the home front. Basically, we did a test yesterday that was successful. So we believe the issue might be something that changed between that test and today. So we're just simply rolling it back, and it should work. Don't come to Skegness. Why do you guys so much against Skegness? Skegness is the most up-and-coming seaside experience. Skeggy is a nightmare hole. Skeggy is a nightmare hole. Yeah, it is. Get Mango some Kali Crystal Navy switches for amazing sound. Are they just even more loud switches on a keyboard? Because that's all she's after. She's just after noise at this point. The loudest keyboard imaginable. That's all she wants. Do you plan on going to Singapore? Well, I plan on going to New Zealand, which kind of has the prerequisite of going to Singapore. So yeah, I'll probably be in Singapore in the next year at some point. The issue is build times are 20 plus minutes now, so it's literally just waiting on things. There you go. Yeah, as Connor says, our build times take a little while to deploy, so we have to wait for it to build. Yeah. Come to Belgium. I've already been to Belgium, and I found it to be quite wonderful. Shout out to, of course, Plopsaland. Have we got any Plopsaland enjoyers in the chat? For anyone who is unaware, you might have heard of Disneyland, but have you heard of Plopsaland? Not only is it incredibly cheap in comparison, it's a magical location for all the family. Plopsaland has it all. It's got rides. It was amazing. And it has been running technically since like 1935. It's got 7 roller coasters, 2 water rides, a ride called the Ride to Happiness, which I think a lot of us could use. Maybe the world needs a lot of happiness, and right wait, it's got 5 inversions. That sounds horrible. It sounds like a nightmare. I hate inversions on a roller coaster. Oh dear. Grumpy Cucumber, quick game of Twilight Imperium while we wait. No, I think campaign for North Africa. We can squeeze one of those in before the server starts. Dixetti says, by the way, I love your Civ 6 videos. Thank you very much. I must say, I did find it entertaining when Mark Zuckerberg says he believes he's one of the best Civ players in the world. He must be, I'm sure he's okay, but I don't think he's the best Civ player in the world. Maybe he's good on single player, but multiplayer Civ 6 is like an entirely different beast. I don't think he'd do very well. Yeah. Five inversions, that means you start or end upside down. No, I think 5 inversions is in you do 5 loopy bits, I think, is the idea. Or you have 5 segments where you are upside down. Yeah. How do we join the server once it's fixed? There's an IP in the Discord. You can join via that. Literally, it's just a case of as soon as it's deployed, it's live, and that's it. And it goes, yeah. It's as simple as that. Campaign for North Africa is just a week away. Oh, so yeah. Oh, I loved my I really enjoyed playing Campaign for North Africa with Veilfisk, and I can't believe he sent me the actual early version of the edit. It's really good. It's one of the best videos that I've seen. That is 36 hours long. So I was really proud that he was able to finish it and edit it up so well. But I really disliked that he cut out the 500-hour segment where the pasta crisis happened in Campaign for North Africa. But other than that, perfect. Perfect stuff. How are you feeling, Civ 7? I'm quietly optimistic. I think there's a lot of things that could go wrong, but most Civ games launch in kind of like a slightly janky state and get really well polished over time. I think this game has the potential to be a lot of people's most favorite Civ game. I'm not going into it expecting it to be the best Civ game ever, because I didn't go into Civ 6 with the same idea. If I went into Civ 6 thinking, oh, this will be better than Civ 5 currently is, lol, no. It's a strategy game, which, yeah, it just, it's kind of a challenging thing to balance, because the developers aren't playtesting it constantly, and they can't rely on community feedback and ideas at this stage. So they kind of have to release it, work out what's good and what's bad, and then fix it as time comes on. And some of the best ideas that Civ 6 has have come from the post-game kind of release. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. How do we join the server once it's fixed? I don't have Discord. Oh. Well, you might struggle with that then, Dot Cubing. Apologies. I do believe the IP is only in the Discord. We can't really have it shared in the text channel here for security reasons. So apologies. TN Biscuits gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Garth Richards, hello from New Zealand. Hello from New Zealand. Okay, look, I love New Zealand. What a lovely place. Have me there. If you've got a company that can sponsor my immigration, I will be there. No, it's just a lovely part of the world. Yeah. Oh dear. Civ 2 is best Civ. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Oh, right, we're almost there. I do believe we are. Soon TM. Almost there, ladies and gents. Apologies for the delay today, but it's been important. DD Lord 47 says, "Hey Spiff, do you have any £5 game recommendations on Steam? Because I want a new game I can trust with your money." Okay, so if you only have £5 to spend on a new game, let me find a cool... I mean, there's a lot of demos out at the moment, so you don't even need to spend money to get a good game on Steam, I'd argue. Just at the moment. Because, yeah, just play... There's so many awesome demos, just play them. Let me see. What have I played recently? That was really good. There have been some great ones. All recently played. Here we go. Played a lot of Wingspan, but that's a bird board game. That's not exactly the greatest in terms of everyone will enjoy this game. Gosh, anyone got good £5 game recommendations? That's really challenging. Concord? No, we're not recommending Concord. Peglin. Is Peglin under £5? No, it's £16. What about Balatro? Is Balatro... Yes. Okay, sorry, not Balatro. Brotato. Okay, Brotato is £4 and one of the most addictive little games I've ever played. It's really, really fun. Great modding community as well. In my opinion, huge amount of hours to be played in that. It's a really fun roguelike. Tiny Glade is also, yeah, a good game. That's a good game, but that's more like a chill little builder game without much purpose. Vampire Survivors is okay. I don't enjoy it as much as Brotato. Brotato to me is a much superior version. Yeah. BeamNG Drive. I mean, that's a fun game, but I didn't realize it was cheap. It does require a semi-decent computer to run, though, BeamNG. I think if you can get some old classic games like Half-Life for cheap prices, that's always a good idea. They're nice, fun experiences. Have I got any other good recommendations? Let me think. Sometimes, like Mass Effect can go on sale for a cheap price, and that's always a good experience. Just to recommend to people. Darkest Dungeon is great as well. Big fan of that. Yeah, there's loads of good games. Loads of you saying Nodebuster. What is Nodebuster? Rings a bell. Nodebuster. Oh, it's the clicker thing. I remember this. Oh, this? Yeah. Okay, that looks cool. Oh, it doesn't look as popular as Brotato, but that does actually look pretty cool. I don't think I've played this. Okay, I'll probably need to grab that. That seems like my kind of cup of tea. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Portal is on sale for like $1 often. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty good. Nodebuster will ruin your life. Okay, well, there you go. Someone says Rimworld. Rimworld is not £5. Rimworld never goes on sale. It refuses to go on sale. I love the Rimworld developers, but they just are adverse to like selling a game for anything other than its retail price. which I kind of don't understand because they have so many DLC for the game now. I feel like they'd be in a much better situation if they shared the made the base game cheaper, because then more people could play your game. It's kind of like Crusader Kings 3 regularly, like the base game regularly goes on sale because they release DLCs and that's how they make their money. And as a result, you get like the latest Crusader Kings 3 DLC, which is insanely good. But yeah, that's just my humble opinion. We live for the mines. Indeed you do. Do not get Kerbal Space Program 2. Yeah, don't get that. Don't get that. To be frank, Rimworld is good enough to be demanding that price tag. It is good enough for demanding that price tag, but I do believe all games should go on sale. Like, I don't think a game's price tag necessarily determines its worth, or should be the determining factor of its worth. Like, oh, Civ 6 is only £5? Well, there you go. That's a great game, and easy to get thousands of hours into. EU4 is on sale now for €5. There we go, another also great game. But EU4 is a bit heavy to get into. It can be a bit challenging. Mountain Blade Warband, oh, that's very good. Yeah, that's very, very good. Oh, Subnautica, is that cheap? I don't know, actually. Don't know the price of Subnautica. But that is also a good game. I couldn't really get into it. It just gave me motion sickness. Like really, really bad motion sickness, so I just couldn't enjoy it very much. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. Someone just sent me a gif of my own stream, which is them watching it on 6 different monitors in order to guarantee a membership. I hope you got a membership, friend. Oh dear. Oh dear. Factorio doesn't go on sale? I think Factorio has gone on sale like a couple of times, right? I'd be surprised if they're not on sale now because they're launching a DLC. Oh, the DLC isn't out yet. Okay, well, I reckon when the DLC comes out on the 21st, they'll put the base game on sale. Because the DLC, I think, is intended to have the same amount of, like, content as the entire base game. Connor says, do you want to play VTOL VR when you're over next? That'll mess you up. Yeah, no thank you, Connor. For those that don't know, Connor, the lovely server tech, has an incredibly advanced flight simulator setup. It's very fun, but it's also the kind where you'd spend 40 hours reading a PDF instruction manual before you can make your thing fly. Oh dear. Factorio was discounted a few times. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Scrap Mechanic's a decent game. I never really got into it that much. Same for like what's the Satisfactory? I could never really enjoy Satisfactory. I tried to play it once, got once again really, really motion sick, and so I just didn't have a good time with it, and I struggled to, so it just didn't make sense for me to play it. Yeah. Spiff, come to Corsica. I'll protect you from the local mafia. Well, that's a nice invite. That definitely feels safe. Oh dear. Asking Brit to recolonize us and free us from geese every minute until he agrees. Oh, are you asking me to colonize Canada to save you from Canadian geese? I don't think that's a solution. I don't even know how to get rid of Canadian geese. I don't think there's a way. They're everywhere. It's like those scenes in space films where some guy shouts, "They're behind me," and there's too many of them, and then their spaceship blows up. That's any interaction with Canadian geese that exists. Yeah. Kim donates to say that they had a good time with the Munch demo this Steam Next Fest. It's a heavy metal roguelite where you're a monster using evolution for more destruction. Ooh, that sounds fun. I can already kind of imagine that the gameplay is you eat people and that allows you to evolve and upgrade. I can see the game already and it sounds kind of fun. When is the Factorio 2.0 exploit video? I honestly don't know if I want to make exploit videos on Factorio. It has a very close-knit like community. Yeah. It's kind of like it's like a little small community that you don't really want to mess with because they're really nice. They're lots of little content creators and I don't want to like step on any toes because it takes me a while to make any content. So if I were to like make and cover an exploit, that's me denying a smaller creator from covering it, and potentially could be like the biggest video they make or something like that. So I don't really want to do that. Okay, there's like a cascade of updates that are being picked through to figure out what needs to stay and go in order for this to work. Okay. Right. All of this was caused by Amazon Web Services forcing us to upgrade something. Oh, how frustrating. If we'd literally done this stream a day earlier. If we did this stream yesterday, Connor. Oh, Amazon! Why must you strike us down like this? Very annoying. Very, very annoying. Oh dear. Spiff is Civ 6 RTS or turn-based? It's a turn-based strategy game. Is it perhaps the FOV settings that make you motion sick? No, it's usually something to do with like the color palette. I can mess about with FOV and it usually doesn't make too much of a difference. Yeah. Ah dear. Captain Hindsight. Indeed. Indeed. You never know. You never know with Mr. Bezos. He's kind of a magical entity going around. Why don't you delay it till tomorrow? I don't want to do that. We've got people waiting here. Let me ask Connor. Do you want to have the stream take a break and start up in a bit? Question mark. Because we can do that. Because I don't particularly, if I can like put on a timer when we have like a vague ETA, then that allows you guys to set a timer on your phone, go away and do some gubbins, and then come back, and then we can get rolling. Because I don't want to, I want this to, like, I still want to do this today. It's just a case of making sure that everything is achievable. And I'd rather you guys run around and do your gubbins. Yes, I've asked Connor, so I guess we'll find out in a moment. Also, people asking if the mini Spiff is a face reveal. Of course he is. Yes, this is how I actually look like. I'm using a webcam. Little Spiff is actually a live webcam feed to me. This is me. That is my height and dimensions. Yes, I am about 4 centimeters tall. Oh dear. Okay, cool. Oh, it's actually going to be up sooner than I expected. Okay, break should be fine. 5 to 10 minutes so we can check everything before you restart. Okay, I'm going to set a timer. We're going to go on a break for 10 minutes because I think that's a nice idea. It's not too long. I was expecting it to potentially be longer, so that's cool that it's only a few minutes. But yeah, I'll set the timer up. And then we'll be back in 10 minutes. There we go. That should give us enough time to get any gubbins done. Let me quickly update the text. Server back soon. There we go. And let me get my timer going. And go. Huzzah! The timer is away. I'm so good at live streaming, aren't I? Right. See you all in a moment, friends. Go grab yourselves a cup of tea, set a timer on your phone, and we'll see you all in 10 minutes, okay? Have a nice time. look after yourselves, and be excellent, of course. Hello, welcome one and all. That was good timing on that song. Wow, perfect, I would say. Welcome one and all, because I do believe I'm indeed loading terrain. I'm in a queue. I'm third in the queue. I mean, I get the joy of bypassing most of the queue, so that's quite nice. But yes, our queue system's up, so that's a good sign. I will switch over to the game screen in a second. Discord says IP removed. Fun. Well, I guess enough people have the IP. Right. I should be able to move on over. And here we go. We're in. You're not ready? Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll be there in a second. You might get kicked from the queue. Indeed, you might. Just depends how the loading in goes. Oh. You want to join all that, Alex? That's fine. Don't worry. There will be a time to join, I'm sure. Oh, my queue just disappeared. Indeed, so did mine. That's definitely fine. Do I have to mine? Yes, you have to mine. I mean, I guess you could flatten, which isn't quite mining. Like, you could just dig up dirt or place dirt blocks over water. That's technically also helping. How long can I go? I can keep going, don't you worry. The stream doesn't have to end. My skin is default. Indeed, that's how limbo works. You get kind of dumped into a, like, default perspective. Aerovoid said, Spiff, you skipped past me. I was 1, now I'm 6. Yeah, if you're in the queue and you notice the queue go up, it's because people like me are flying past you. Apologies. Yeah, I understand it's not fair, but often society isn't. John saying, can I build a village? No, you can't. If you attempt to build up, you are just simply going to get banned and your structure will be removed. It's quite easy for us to do that. We have moderators for a reason. So yes, I wouldn't bother trying if I were you. We are here to flatten the world, nothing more, nothing less. It is a good enough task to do. Hugh was actually working. It was actually going down one by one. Then you broke it. Seriously, I broke it by joining. Look, I am magical. That's how I do it. Can we build underground though? Yeah, if you want to build a structure underground, you can. But the focus is on flattening the world. And your suffering will continue until productivity improves. And if I'm flapping around and I see a lack of productivity, that's a problem. Oh, cool. There's a nice string of messages in the dev general. Build a flat village? I don't really think you can. Can you place signs? Yeah, we're okay with like signs, but you will have to take it down after we've finished, I guess, is how I describe it. Yeah. Once we've stopped flattening, it should be a perfectly flat world. That means no wheat popping up, no dirt blocks out of place. Flatten the whole thing. At 700 blocks per person if we have 1,500 people. No, I'm pretty sure it's more than that. The way we calculated is there's like 1 million flat, like there will be 1 million flat squares, but land is uneven. So there's cubes above that 1 million and cubes beneath that 1 million, which means, sure, yeah, there's 700 squares that have to be perfectly flat if there are 1,500 people on the server, but making them flat would involve breaking more than 700 blocks, if I remember correctly on the calculations. So it will take time and effort. Yes. Just build a pixel art of a village. There you go. Yeah, you could build pixel art into the ground as long as it's all flat. You can technically do that. Some people have written messages into the dirt. Would I get banned if I flattened a mountain in real life? no. If anything, I hear there's like a mountain in America with all of these people's faces on it. If you can flatten that in real life, that would be real swell. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, okay, server's coming back online now. That's my message from Connor. Good to hear. I guess actually I probably need to leave and rejoin, don't I? Yeah, I do. Right, I'm back in. Woo! Here we go. We are in the world. Welcome, one and all, to the Flattening server. Look, someone said hi, chat. Chat, say hi back to the sign. Say hi. Hi, sign. Hello, sign. Yay. It's not bad. Other signs left around. Okay, none of these actually. This is the better side. That's great. Someone made a sign. Good for them. There we go. Welcome, one and all. There you go. Everyone's saying hi to the side. That's really kind of you. Look at this wonderful, polite society we've successfully created. Right. I guess in a little while, we'll be able to load everyone in, which is good fun. I guess they need to tweak the queue system a little bit, and then we'll be in. But we were looking at this little structure when we started. The mountain was out to here, and even with just, I think, 10 people working on it, they've done a good job. They've dug back into the mountain. However, the problem is this is the flat point, so they still need to go up and remove all of this stone all the way up here. Like, all of this needs to be taken out. All of that useless gravel. Yeah, so when we say 700 blocks need to be flattened per player, that includes this verticality. You got to dig all the way down like that, even further, 700 times. It's a lot of work. Am I allowed to make a shrine in your image and worship it? If you build it underground, yeah. We love worship signs. Someone put the sign here. Oh, that's cute. They put that there on the 28th of September. That's really, really cute. Yeah, this is a cool little work environment people have got set up. They're trying to, I think, spread moss. If I'm correct, let me double check. Yeah, they are. So they're trying to spread moss around and then use that spreaded moss to remove as many blocks as efficiently as possible. Yes. Was that diamond? The brief flash of diamond you see is like an anti-X-ray mechanic. Basically, it means that you can't see through blocks in order to see what they are. Oh, great. My proxy got wound down to restart the server. Fine. Yeah, basically means you can't see through blocks. Anyway, I do believe we'll be starting very shortly, so I'll switch on over to my more chill music. Back to the calming music. Yes. Yes. Oh, there we go. Back on in I go. Lovely. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of flattening that needs to be done, and filling in holes like this, that will take a little bit of time. I mean, that isn't a particularly difficult hole. Someone's built a complicated little mine shaft down there. There are some areas where there are huge caverns that need to be dealt with. This sky structure up here, I might as well remove that before the players get back. Moderators should have dealt this, but fine, I'll do it myself with my own hands. My own hands. Not crashed, we're still fixing things. Okay, cool, Connor, thanks for the update. Watching the world disappear is super chill when the server's up. Yeah, it genuinely is one of those oddly satisfying things where you're just watching a world be destroyed, and it's kind of very relaxing just watching progress, because you're kind of looking at stuff that was there, and then it's just no longer there. Like, you remember that house that's up here? Well, I've removed it. It's gone. This guy's useless, terrible dirt house is removed. That's the mod tower. Well, I'm sorry, Nova, but the mod tower's gone. I don't care that the moderators built it. I destroyed it. That's all that matters. Stupid clay pole, gone. There we go. Yes. But yes, this, I think, this kind of does look like the starting area, but I'm honestly not sure. What is this weird staircase setup? This does look about right. This staircase up into the mountain. This is ridiculous, though. Look at this. There used to be a huge mountain up here. I understand that Whoa! Look at this quarry. This is the point that they have to flatten to, so they've gone even deeper. That's crazy, but yeah, this is like an entire chunk from the looks, about 16 by 16, that someone has just dug down. Wow. Someone's saying why there's so many trees. It's mostly because of tooling. Even though we will eventually remove all of the trees, you need sticks just simply to make tools. And you need a lot of tools to break the map in the way that we are breaking it. So yeah. That is so much progress. I know. I actually think I need to increase my counter a bit. I think it's slightly off by a couple percent. I really think we're probably closer to about 23% if I had to wager. Let me fix the counter. There we go. There we go. Counter fixed. Right. Back into game we go. Why not go to bedrock? That would be an impossible task. That's just too much time. But yeah, all of this that we're standing on now, I'm pretty sure is water. So yeah, if we go underneath this, there was a massive sea here, which stretched all the way from over there to over there, and we've just filled it in basically with dirt by hand. Someone's put a shrine to PG Tips. There's a small island here. Yep, I remember this. And there was a small mountain which was here, and so this mountain has been removed now, pretty much. It's just a few blocks above the base level. Very cool. Someone's trying to build a house. Well, that's fine. We can remove all of that. We'll work out what to do with a pub later, but this house is useless. Don't need that. Yes. Ah, right. Let me keep breaking. Is the goal to the world border? Yes. Basically, if you go to the edge of the world, you'll find a world border exists that you cannot go beyond. Someone says, am I allowed to speedrun the game? It is physically impossible. There is no never or end for you to get to, so you can't speedrun the game. The only thing you can speedrun is flattening, which, as you can see, there's like absolutely massive like mountains. Is it peaceful? Like, do monsters spawn? There are no monsters in this world. The only monsters, I guess, are me and my ability to drive the workforce, which is monstrous. Yeah, this insanely large mountain. Wow. Look at this. What is this? Dripstone block. Look at all of this. Crazy cool structuring. Really, really cool. Of course, this is an absolutely massive mountain that is well above the sea level, so this entire thing needs to be brought down. I don't really think anyone started on top of this mountain. Actually, there's a few bits of progress. Yeah, there's a moss excavation going on here. What is this? Once upon a time, a mountain stood in this place. Spiff was watching 29. Okay, so on the 29th of September, I was here watching this mountain, which has been slowly whittled away. Very, very cool. Oh, this is the composter. I was wondering what the sound was. They're making bone meal, I see. Okay, so very streamlined process here. They turn, I think, leaves into bone meal, is it? Okay, no, it's moss into bone meal. And then after it's composted into bone meal, they spread it onto stone to make more moss and then use that to go further down. Yes, very good. What's the problem now? It looks like AWS is basically taking a little while to spin up the server nodes. That's all. Nothing too complicated. Just a case of waiting a few minutes until AWS realizes what we want out of it. This is a glowing review for Amazon Web Services, by the way. I won't confirm or deny if we're going to be using them in the future for different versions of this server. Jeff Bezos, if you're watching, fix your stuff. Do you drink tea with bone milk? I shudder at what the concept of bone milk might be. Stockpile Co. Logistics Division. Oh, is this a massive supply of wheat? And then they've got a huge supply of resources. What is this? Coal, ore, and minerals. Dirt, stone, wood, other stuff. There's indeed a bunch of other stuff. Tools. I can pop some tools in there for them. They deserve some tools. Let me get some of the most cutting-edge tools in the world. I'm, of course, talking about golden pickaxes. There we go. With this, they'll be able to mine at least 5 blocks. I'm helping. I still want Spiff to drink moss tea. I'm not drinking moss tea. I'm not... It's just... It's moss. No. No. Oh, here's Connor. He's flying around. Hello, Cronor. Look at this. This has all been flattened as well. I mean, of course, this looks kind of like it was flattened ages ago, but I'm pretty sure there's water underneath this. Or at least there was water around here. There was definitely a mountain here that's now gone. And some kind of shrine here. We need more iron gear for faster mining. Colony rules, hunger conservation is #1 priority. Goosey Fell is apparently the leader here. Wait, hang on a second. Are they Canadian? Oh, no. Right-click with an empty hand to edit. Nice. Oh, they've got little people with different job roles. How adorable. Trade for buckets, spare food. Best tea in New Zealand. What's down here? Bone meal, lovely. They're just making bone meal. Great. Golden pickaxes are actually faster with when unenchanted than diamond pickaxes. There you go. The more you know. Why isn't everyone just working with thousands and thousands of golden pickaxes? You're more stylish. It's cooler. It's great. So up here, this like weird distorted landmass is a classic moss removal situation. It's someone set up trying to spread moss as effectively as possible. And then, yeah, dig it super fast with a hoe, as Vegladex points out in the live chat. Thank you, Vegladex. Low terrain. There we go. How many people are in the server? Currently just me. We're kind of like spinning up and spinning down a proxy over and over again to deal with an issue that I think has arisen. Let me double check my messages. Okay. That's fine, Connor. That's okay. Thank you for giving me the heads up. Apologies, just messaging away if you can hear the clitter-clat of my keyboard. Oh, it's been a long day. I went for a nice long walk today. Very nice long walk. Someone says I can't go in the Discord server. If that's because you failed the Capatcha entry test, you can just rejoin and actually do the entry test, okay? So what's the news? You'll hear from the news in a second. Anyone know why I can't go in the Discord server? If chances are you didn't read all of the rules upon entry. Okay. Okay, cool. Right, that's fine. Okay, so unfortunately, the update from the front line, we have to cancel today's stream. I'm terribly sorry, guys. Oh, feels bad. It comes down to the fact that an update was pushed upon our systems, which has broken things, and as a result we have to basically whack-a-mole issues. And whilst we have whack-a-mole some issues, new issues are now basically being revealed. It's not that we've created issues, it's just that we dealt with the first layer of issues. So yeah, I'm terribly sorry. That is really annoying, especially when we had such a successful test. It's basically, this is the live experience of when Bethesda pushes an update to Skyrim and you have like 1,000 mods running. You now have to basically work out which mods are broken and fix them individually. I'm really, really, really sorry. And we will try and get this as fixed as soon as possible. Realistically, we're looking at probably 2 weeks so that we can be certain. Because we don't want to waste people's time. Which is frustrating whenever something like this happens. So yeah, we'll probably be about 2 weeks, fixing as much of this as we can. In the meantime, I'll probably do a Skyrim live stream sometime, maybe tomorrow or the day after. Sometime in the next week, I'll try and do a Skyrim live stream to make up for this. And so, yeah, I apologize. That's a real shame because it was really stable on the test. Oh, why did it have to update? Of all the days, why? Why today? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I apologize. Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope you appreciate the transparency. I feel quite bad for this situation. Yeah. I probably won't be keeping the VOD of this one up. Just because, unfortunately, we only have about 30 minutes of what I'd call successful gameplay. So I'm really sorry, guys. Oh, how frustrating. How frustrating indeed. All right. We will unlist this live stream once it ends. So we'll put it in a playlist so people can find it, but I don't want it necessarily being pushed on the algorithm. But thank you so much. Farewell all. Apologies. Thank you so much, of course, to the insanely generous people who donated. Emlane Sprite, thank you for saying F. F indeed. Yeah, apologies. These things happen. It's such a frustrating situation, and yeah, never easy to deal with. There's just so much that's out of my control. It's a real shame. But yeah, I'm gonna go head off, and I'm gonna go have a chat with the dev team, and basically try and pick up their spirits because they've worked really hard for the last few hours, and I understand that for them they are, it's really really hard for them when they work so hard on something and it doesn't work out. So yeah, just want to make sure that they're all okay. Thank you very much for hanging out with me this Friday. Farewell all. Have a nice evening, and I will try and see you all in the next one. Jolly rotten luck indeed.